I sincerely doubt there's any possibility that we could have picked a colder night to do this. As frustrating as it was at first to be summoned for such a ridiculous case, the more I look at the reports, the more unusual this seems. There's a strange sort of pattern with these killings. This isn't just the work of some wild dog as I initially suspected. Certainly, there has to be something I'm missing. Well, it is quiet for now. Perhaps I should review this. Maybe I can find some kind of motive or means for these killings. They all happen after sundown. That much makes sense to me. Any killer worth his salt would certainly wait until after dark. After all, people are sleeping, people are tired. They're less likely to suspect anything. Even better, they can't see you. But then, people disappeared for days at a time, leading up to a full moon each time. That seems rather odd. Although, the full moon was often revered by witches. Maybe this is some kind of cult or something. Although, that wouldn't make much sense given the way the bodies were mutilated. According to these reports, they looked as if they'd been torn into by a pack of wild dogs. That doesn't fit with a cult mentality. After all, rituals are viewed with some form of respect, and everything done to a victim is quite typically very careful, very meticulous. There's a reason behind it. They don't just feed them to dogs. Still, this is rather troubling. Looking at all of this, there have been no reports of wild dogs in the area, and it's never been an issue before. Not to mention no tracks were ever found. That could only be the work of something with at least human intelligence. However, and I could never say this to Sebastian, it almost looks like a demon's work. Though I know that must be impossible. After all, demons are after souls. They don't rip into flesh to get them, they make contracts, deals, something that guarantees them a worthy soul. And they don't go after just anyone. And from these reports, the victims are all... Oh dear. The victims, they're all criminals of some kind. A demon certainly wouldn't go after a soul like that. The soul of a person who murders needlessly. That isn't someone they want. They want someone driven. Someone fueled by revenge. Someone desperate. Someone like me. But these people, they were all charged with murder. However, no evidence was ever turned up against them. I suppose that's a possibility. If I recall, there are a few farmers in the area. They would most likely have dogs. And hunters too. They would have the exact type of dog you would need to tear into flesh like this. However, that does lead to the question of why they even reported it in the first place. After all, none of the victims' families were farmers or hunters. They would only be able to have access to those dogs if it was a group effort. And then they certainly wouldn't report it. After all, why would they go into such gruesome detail with these reports if it would just give them away? Why not simply say that the blokes had gone missing? Why not simply say that they had an accident with some kind of machinery or something? Why not abandon their bodies in the forest and not at the edge of town? Granted, they might not have been thinking that clearly. After all, they have the minds of enraged people simply seeking revenge for their loved ones. However, though they might not have the minds of investigators. Something did make them cover their tracks. Something made them want to hide this, if they really did it. But that same something didn't keep them from reporting it. It couldn't have been them, could it? No. No, certainly not. They wouldn't be so foolish as to cover their tracks and then report the very crime they committed. It can't be them. They're reporting on someone else. But then the question becomes whom? Whom are they reporting upon? And why is this person going after these people? Why would they... Maybe it is a wild dog after all. That howl... It sends shivers down my spine. It's like... nothing I've ever heard before. Even the demon hound didn't produce a sound like that. Certainly it's nothing, though. Certainly, it's nothing that I need fear. After all, if things get difficult, I can call upon Sebastian. There's no need to fear. Although, wild dogs don't typically howl. Only wolves do that. I don't believe there was anything in the reports about wolves in the area, but if they're near a forest, it certainly would make sense. However, I would expect wolves to go after livestock, not people, and especially not these specific people. They would go after anyone who was out late at night, or very early in the morning. Certainly the farmers would be targeted, or anyone for that matter. A drunk stumbling along after too many drinks? A woman looking for someone to spend the night with? No. No, this can't be a wolf. Not an ordinary one, anyway. But Sebastian would have told me if something about this gave off the sense that it was a demon hound again. And even if it was, what are the odds of 2 demon hounds harassing 2 villages? It doesn't make any sense. It's closer now. It sounds like it's just beyond that fog. I must be imagining things. I'm tired and annoyed and somewhat frightened. Maybe I simply dozed off and this is all a dream. I am not going to be attacked by a large canine. Certainly not. No. I need to wake up. I need to wake up. Come on, wake up! I am not going to open my eyes. I don't need to. I'm asleep after all, and if I open my eyes, I will wake up. But I need to wake up. If I want to get away from this, I need to wake up. Come on, it's only a dream. You can open your damn eyes. You stay right where you are. You stay away from me. Do you hear me? Can you understand command? Stay right there. You're backing away from me. I don't understand. You're much larger than normal wolves. And they are afraid of humans, but you're bigger than I am. Why are you scared of me? If I take another step closer, will you... That's strange. Why are you so afraid of me? Stop that. Stop your whining. I am not someone to be afraid of. Certainly not. Although, I suppose this is better. You're not trying to eat me, are you? So, I don't know why I'm complaining. Still, is there something around here that's scaring you? There is. How did you... You turned into a human. You're a demon hound, aren't you? You don't know what that is. What are you then? Tell me. You're what? Werewolves don't exist. They make no sense to me. Why on earth should I believe that that's what you are? Would a demon hound be scared of someone like me? What do you mean, someone like me? Under my... You can sense that, can you? You can sense what I'm hiding under this eye patch? How can you sense that? Even you don't know. You're the one who's been killing people around here, aren't you? So what if you are? If you are, well, you picked the right people to kill, I'll give you that. But why would you do such a thing? Why would you kill people instead of animals? Do you really need it because of your size? You don't need it. Then why do it? Revenge? Just what kind of revenge are you getting here? What did they ever do to you? They tried to kill you. How did they do that? They brought you into the woods one night when you were a child? Certainly, though, you don't look much older than I am. Werewolves age differently than humans. I don't believe that's what you are, but I suppose that would explain a few things. Then if they tried to kill you, how did you get away? Were you a werewolf then too? And if you were, why not just kill them right then and there? They left you to die when they saw another werewolf. It attacked you? According to those legends I read about, a werewolf's bite or claw marks, they can transfer its power to another person. You became this monster because of them? I understand. Then how did you avoid leaving any tracks? You knew to do that? Why? I see. If you had left your tracks behind, even in your wolf form, they would have been much larger than a wild dog's, and that would have certainly raised suspicions. So you were simply taking revenge on the people who left you to die, the people who would have killed you if you weren't miraculously saved and cursed. No. No, I won't summon my demon to hurt you. Run. Run now. Go back to wherever you live. Just go. I won't say a word of this to anyone. I'll simply say... I don't know what I'll say. But you and I aren't so different. I seek revenge too. Against the people who murdered my parents. So if I were to do something bad to you, I'd be rather hypocritical, wouldn't I? So go. Go find some place to hide. And be glad that the people in this village are better off without those men around. Go!